right now, you got to say that was it's a smart move by Brian Cashman.
Sure.
It goes to show you how deep in the Cubs are now. They're all in for their run to the to the World Series. Now, the interesting thing for me moving forward, now I don't necessarily know that I would want to get rid of Andrew Miller unless somebody came knocking on my door
with something
and made me an offer that I just could not refuse. And, that team would have to be somebody like the Nationals. That team would have to be somebody, possibly like the San Francisco Giants.
Right.
Could be the Texas Rangers. And I know that it's hard to fathom that, especially after last night's win in Houston. The fact that the team is playing better. They're 3 games over 500.
Yep.
They get a little bit closer to the wild card because they're beating Houston, a team that's in front of them.
Right.
I just... Like I said yesterday, I think that Brian Cashman looks at this as a way to restock and refortify, his lower end of his franchise and try to find as many prospects as you can. Because if you're not drafting well,
right,
or you have
to acquire them somehow.
You have to acquire them somehow. That's why this is brilliant. And think about it. I mean, Chapman was suspended until May.
But it's brilliant because Chapman was gravy to the bullpen. They had 2 guys who were capable of getting the job done, right?
Yep.
Chapman comes in, not even arguably, he's the best power reliever there is in the game today. And that deal, which we at the time looked at and said, oh, interesting, free agent after this year. Everyone said it back in March and April that Chapman will be a guy that gives them the ability to go out and get more guys. And when you have Miller and you have Betances, Chapman became expendable, but not expendable like you're just going to get rid of him. They get the best player in the Cubs system, allegedly. Who the hell knows, right?
Right.
I know everybody. Here's what I love about this. So they get to the shortstop, the Graybar kid, and everyone's raving about he's the #1 rated prospect in the Chicago Cub minor league system, right?
Okay.
So every guy that has ever thought about baseball or watched a baseball game is now an expert on this kid Torres, who is where he ain't playing AAA ball. He's not going to the pros just yet. But it's a great deal because why? Because like you just said, you got 1, you got 2, you got 3 young guys. If one of those 3 guys becomes a legitimate major leaguer, the trade pays dividends.
And you got
Adam Warren.